We're replacing the high volume, high pressure oil pump from Dieselsite, and there's just a couple tips that you need to be aware of. First off, there's two O-rings that you need to make sure to pull out and replace. One of them is the O-ring on the supply hole, and the other one, there's an O-ring back in here in the distribution block. Pick those out real carefully, make sure you don't drop them. If you drop anything in this point, it's going down into the motor. More than likely it'll drop into the pan, won't cause any problem, but still. The other thing is there are two alignment dowels that come out of the bottom of the high pressure oil pump. Make sure they're still in the pump and not sticking out of these two holes right here. They line your pump up into these two larger holes. When we go to set the pump back in the block, this is the updated fitting from Ford that replaces the faulty snap-to-connects. The difficult part about putting these things in is that you have to have the distance absolutely perfect. This will screw and unscrew, and it will lengthen or shorten the distance that it sticks out of the pump. You can't tighten the nut once the pump's in, so you pretty much have to put it in, give it a good eyeball where you want it, make sure everything lines up. You'll want to drop a couple bolts in all the holes, make sure everything lines up. If it does, pull the pump back out and tighten up. Pull the pump back out and tighten up this nut. If it doesn't, you'll loosen this or tighten this, whichever way you need to go, till you get it right, and then tighten it up. After we have it all bolted in, we're ready to put the cover back on. Alright. Just get it down there, and you'll use the bolts to actually snug it down, to pull it down over top of that O-ring. So just get it down, get a few of the bolts started, and you slowly tighten them around in a circle pattern around the cover, and it will just pop down in place. In this particular truck, we are installing our high pressure oil delivery system, so we have to actually remove this Allen head plug in the top of the pump to install our new fitting. On many applications, people find it hard to keep boots on. The 6-liter is probably one of the best cases of that. You can see Ford didn't give us a whole lot of material here to clamp to, and the first quarter of it or third of it is pretty much useless to clamp onto as it flares down. So we created these boost rings, which is basically like putting a weld bead on your pipe. It gives your boot something to grab onto. So you're just going to snap that into the ring. You're going to slide the boot onto the hose, paying attention to where the actual ring was, because what you're going to do is you're going to put the clamp directly on top of the ring, not behind it or before it, but directly try to get the ring pretty much right underneath the band.